good evening to one and all. Thank you so much for joining Global Mastermind. Global Mastermind, it explores different successful personalities from all over the world and aids to enlighten the mindset of every other community. In short, it's a mall house where talent, achievers, inquisitive minds, personalities, and professionalism, what not, everything gets its own space so that we can spread awareness and motivate our viewers. So today also we have eminent dignitaries with us, Mr. Matthew K. Thomas and Miss NEENA Thomas. But before we let them bring forward, we would like to show you a little glimpse of their lives. Let's just enjoy it. Yes, my dear audience. So here we are bringing before you our dear Matthew sir and NEENA ma'am. I welcome both of you along with our event coordinator, Miss Rachna Bhargav. Thank you, sir. Welcome both of you. The heartiest welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Pooja
Matthew
ma'am.
sir
That was
and
a
Nina
wonderful
ma'am, both
introduction.
of them, they really don't need any introduction, but still, uh, just formally, I would like to tell you a little bit about. I cannot tell too much because there are so many things to tell about both of them. I would be just introducing a bit of things about Matthew sir and Nina ma'am. Matthew sir is a teacher in Don Bosco, New Delhi, for the past 45 years. He has been a master trainer with the NCRT, CBSE, and NIOS. He is an educational consultant and resource person for India Today, Z News, QTV, Career Launcher, Orange Slates, HarperCollins, and whatnot. The list is really long, trust me. He's the author of the highly acclaimed book, Redefining Education Vision for a New India and Gaming with the Mathematics, which integrates games and real life applications of mathematics. He's the founder of Delhi School Teachers Forum, DTF, and All India Educators Forum, with which I'm also blessed one. AIF, it has members more than 30,000 educators and lot many principals across the globe. They all empowers teachers in various aspects of classroom teaching. So he was recently awarded the UNST G4 certification for his initiatives. NEENA ma'am, Rachna ma'am, please just tell us a little about NEENA ma'am too. Unmute, Rachna ma'am, you need to be unmuted, please. Rachna ma'am, you need to be unmuted, please. Sorry for
Yes, yes. Oh,
yeah.
sorry. Yes, Pooja ma'am, along with Matthew sir, we have with us the lady with the golden heart, Miss NEENA Matthew, founder of Mind and Me Joyful Learning Center, co-founder of All India Educators Forum. She is author of PTM Square and My Why, a podcaster, blogger, editor, newsreader, content creator, and a happy life coach as well. She has been a resource person for AIEF and Orange Slates also. She is also a member of London based global organization named Learning in the 22nd Century. She has conducted teachers' workshops and webinars. And above all, we all really believe that she's a beautiful soul inside out. With all admiration and aspiration, we welcome you both on the platform of Global Mastermind.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
Oh,
much.
much. I
Matthew
can't believe
sir
myself.
and
Oh my God, I have done so much. He has done so much.
Ma'am, we have just counted a couple of things. If we would have spoken about all the things, I guess the whole 1 hour would have passed like that only. So we had to cut short so many things. We are so delighted that such wonderful, amazing personalities are there amongst us. So, Matthew sir and Neena ma'am, today we are not going to talk about lot many things about professional things because people know about your professional achievements. They know lot many things. We are going to touch a little bit personal things, right? So we really want to see the glimpse about your personal life. We let's begin it from this that both of you, how did you meet? Matthew sir will be telling. Yes, Matthew sir, please tell us how both of you have first met actually, from where this all started as a couple.
So actually, we live in the same city, so that's the first good point, and we both happen to be in the same profession.
Oh,
So milna to thai, so there is something called destiny. So we had a lot of common friends, and that also helped a lot. So whenever there used to be common sessions of teachers and all that, so there was meeting point, and we always used to have collaborative programs, and so we often used to get together, and we had common friends. So I think that was the first. The meeting happened later, but as a person, I came to know from those sessions. So at that time also it was probably sessions. Now also it is sessions. We are doing the sessions. So I think being in the same city, having common friends, and being in the same profession helped us more in meeting further. And she became my life partner.
oh, wow, that's great to hear. So that means the journey started from education and still it is into education only. That's wonderful.
Really. And so, Neena ma'am, we would like to know from you how you both spend your weekends as a family.
That's a tricky question. We
As
have
you
such
have
tricky
such a
questions for
very
you.
We have,
busy schedule, so
yeah,
we would really like to know how do you
weekend,
plan?
weekend or no week. We don't wait for weekends. That's the thing. For
Great.
like a walk, a nature walk is compulsory for us. Even if it is for 5 minutes or 50 minutes or 1 hour, every day we take out time, night or day, to walk, because that is a time we can. And people think that oh, such a romantic couple, but no, most of the time walking agenda is maybe an argument which we don't want to argue at home and let the
Matthew
neighbors,
sir, all the
but
secrets are
yeah,
disclosed on Global Mastermind now.
but yeah, but most of the, it is a let out, and it helps build that relationship better. So that walking time is definitely there, prayer time is definitely there. So there are certain times which we meet as a family, and which where we
That's really
connect.
great.
Yeah,
That's
so
really great.
that bonding, yeah. So those
And
little things
We
matter.
are actually following you
actually,
professionally, so I think
and
everybody will love to follow you in all these positive aspects in personal life as well.
so
So I
as
wanted
that
to
there
add
is a
something.
song, no, that Amir Khan song is there. I ask her, "Aati kya khandala?" So then she will say, "वहाँ पे करेंगे क्या? तो खाएंगे, पिएंगे, ऐश करेंगे और क्या?" So that is the
Or
thing. So both of us are good big foodies. So we try to explore different food and visit
okay,
places.
we have
And
got to know another
actually,
thing.
that Neena is very right. We don't wait for a weekend. जब भी time मिलता है, we spend
Yeah.
time together. So there's no point in waiting for a particular day because we don't know in that weekend what is going to happen.
Hmm.
So every time that is spent together, we make use of that. So whether it's a short walk or a visit to a mall or go for a movie, which has not happened due to this COVID times for 1.5 years, but eat outs, traveling, anything or everything works.
Yeah.
Really nice. But still, Nina ma'am, one thing I would like to add on here that being professional also, how do you manage time with the family and your work life? How do you maintain that balance?
That's very, important for all of us to know, because being female, I also want to know that how the things are being managed so efficiently. That you're so multitasker, you're doing so many things all together, and managing your house, your family. We see your daughter's pics also. All three of you look very wonderful all together. So please tell us that how do you exactly manage your timings?
I don't overload myself, and if there is any kind of work, time management is always there, but yeah, I just define that work, the importance given to that work. So accordingly I choose that work and delay projects which are not so important. For me, family comes first, second my work, and third myself. I don't know whether the order is wrong or right, but yeah, these three priorities I give myself in my work and everything. And it is like, it's like more than a commitment. It's like, what do you say? It's kind of, it's religious for me. My work is religion for me, my family is religion for me, and taking care of myself is religion for me.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And also, just to add, I think we haven't kept any fixed responsibilities for everyone. So, if something is there, I think we all play a role in that. So it's not that only NEENA does the cooking or I do the shopping. So there is no gender assigned roles for us in our family. So whether
Oh,
it's me, NEENA, or my daughter, so we play whatever we see. We are ready to do whatever. So I think that
oh,
helps in a family. Otherwise, what happens is that you wait for one person to do particular stuff
Hmm.
that gets pending. So if the bed is not made, whoever is seeing that, we have accepted that they should do it. So otherwise, what happens? It becomes an overload on one person, and you are not able to cooperate in the family.
Yeah.
exactly, exactly. That is why, Matthew sir, we have, touched today your, the personal life of yours, because we know this thing that inspirers, they have every inspiring thing in their every aspect of life. That is why they become such great inspirational sources for everybody. So your this equation, where you don't consider that yes, some male or female work is to be divided in the house and then the things are to be managed. You're absolutely right in saying that. And that is sort of an inspiration for all the viewers as well, for all of us, that that is the only way when balance can be maintained. And the female and male, they can, both of them as a couple, they can grow together and sit like you as you are sitting in front of us. Wow, that's wonderful knowing from both of you. Matthew sir, AIEF, it has a very big name. Like it has lot many educators, in thousands educators, principals, they have joined you globally. We would like to know that from where it actually started.
So it started actually very recently, only 3 years back, with some of my friends who used to call me up for every little thing whenever CBSE releases any notification. So it was difficult explaining to 10, 15 of them individually. So I said, let's make a WhatsApp group, and, I'll be posting whatever I know there. So we can have a discussion there. So that was the beginning. And we didn't at that point of know that it is going to, pick up so well. But those 20 became, in a matter of, I think, a few days, it became 200. And within Delhi itself, we could reach out to thousands of educators. It was about 1,000 plus educators in Delhi itself. And then we said that, okay, let's meet up. And before the COVID, we used to have seminars. We used to meet up at different locations, and we had good seminars. And and we used to put it on YouTube and so on. And then came the request that why you people are doing only for Delhi, what about others? So I said traveling is an issue because we are working in schools, so schools are not going to give us leave. And I think what happened last year because of the COVID was everything went online. So I think that was something which projected the AIF upwards really, and we could reach out to thousands in a matter of minutes. People connected to us because I always say that educators, whenever we are together, we are there for a purpose. Our main purpose is the kids, and all of them are given a chance to express what they know. and we mutually learn. So there is no hierarchy in our system that, okay, he's the president. In other organizations, we have a president, secretary, treasurer. But in our organization, from the beginning, I said there should be no posts as such. Everyone who wants to give, they should be given an opportunity to give. I think that giving nature was well loved by people, and more people want to join us because of this fact, because they consider it as our family. It's our platform, so nobody is hesitant, because it's not that I have to apply and then something happens. Though there are no protocols, it's very simple. So you are all part of the Global Teachers Forum also, so you know how it is. There is a form there. Anybody wants to conduct a session, just fill the form and go for it, and we give the proof. So it was very easy for educators to communicate whatever they wanted to with their vast experience with other educators. So, and God has been very kind that people related to the aims of our organization, and a lot of people came forward to support. And when we are doing something positive, I think there will be a lot of support from the principals as well. We were not like other organizations who went into politics or discussing about management issues. We said that we are not going to discuss all this. Our main purpose is only education, and we stick to that alone. And we discouraged anyone voicing out opinions. We are for something. We are not against anyone. So whatever is good, we support, and we spread education. We spread whatever we know with one another, and that's why I think it's growing, and it will grow further. So thanks to all of you also who are contributing in your little ways. You have created your own organization. You have
That's all because of your guidance, sir.
made
We
the
have learned.
LinkedIn page for
Hmm.
our AIF. So that's because you felt that AIF should grow, and you are also part of this family. So when people do something for another organization, it's because you feel that you are also part of it. So that's
Yeah,
what my aim was, and I
true.
think I've been fairly successful in that.
That's true. Matthew, sir, as you're having such a wide network, so many teachers from different states, from different cities worldwide, national and at international level also, they are so much connected with you. What sort of challenges actually you face, which comes as a glitch, wherein you feel like that, yes, it's very difficult now to get connected with so many people all together at a one time and respond to them. Any sort of challenges you feel like that, yes, it is there?
Yeah, challenges are there because people who are especially most of our principals and the people whom I've interacted have people with golden hearts. There are many people. I don't want to name anybody because there's a danger of missing out people. But so many principals have worked closely, with us, even all support. Forgetting that I am a teacher and they're a principal. In a school we have a pedestal. Principal is much above a teacher. So they have forgotten all that difference. I am a simple teacher in a normal school, and they're all principals, chairman of this, and so on. But at the same time, they gave that respect, and gave there was a mutual coordination between them and myself. So challenges was that all are not alike. We have to deal with different kind of people. So sometimes when a big shot tries to enter your meeting and it is full, okay, then he will challenge you. See, I am principal and so. I was not allowed. I was not allowed in your
Oh,
Zoom meeting. That has a capacity of 100. So you have to face that tone also. So I have nothing to say for them also. See, because everybody doesn't know you personally. So maybe they're interacting with me for the first few days. They don't know what is the work we did. So in that mood of frustration, he's waiting for a session long time and he's not allowed. Then he will have few in bracket nice words to say to me. So then
and
I
with
will say,
smileys
I
and
will only
all.
say, God bless you, sir. What else can I say? So, but
Ah,
slowly, I've realized that, they realize that it's a mistake. And then, over a period of time, I've seen them apologizing and getting back and coming back to us. So these things happen, chota mota, that's part of this thing.
oh, okay. So that means at every phase of activities, whatever we do, any actions, whatever we do, the challenges are always there.
Challenges are
That's
always there because there are a lot of requests from principals who are in very senior positions, which we cannot actually. Our protocol doesn't allow to promote all that. So we have to sometimes refuse certain things because our goals are not as per what they want us to do. So it becomes a certain issue. We have to keep a lot of people happy. People who are very influential, even people from CBSE or NCRT or something, they will ask you some things to do. But if I feel that it is not good for the organization and people may will be misled by these form of communications, then I have to say a firm no to keep the integrity of the All India Educators Forum.
Matthew sir, being into so many things, still we always find you. You're so down to earth. We have never felt like ever that you are with some angry expressions or ever even annoyed expressions. So, are
Never,
you
never.
similar in the same way at home? Also, let's hear from Neena ma'am. So, a professional and personal touch both together. Yes, Neena ma'am.
I was
She's very
actually
down to
waiting.
earth with
I was
everyone
waiting
else.
for this question, and I don't know how you connected with me mentally with this question. I'll begin by saying that Matthew has redefined the role of a leader. Actually, he is a very kind leader. He's a very patient leader. He would listen, and it's the same at home. It's not that it's he's different because truth comes out when you are there. You're facing people. You're talking to people, and what he is at home, he is outside also. It's the same. There are no filters. Like right now, we are talking. There are no filters. Whatever we are
We
feeling.
didn't discuss any answers, okay, beforehand.
Yeah, yeah. Because that authenticity comes in a conversation when we feel for what we are saying, and whatever comes first into our mind, that is the truth.
Also, I want to add on, sometimes, I am also a human being, so I don't get angry as such. So I am a patient man. So I always tell my students, don't test the patience of a patient man. So when they hear this sentence, they will all get quiet because they know Matthew sir is a very patient person. Lekin gussa aa gaya fir, then it's a different thing. So sometimes, not about that, but sometimes what happens is certain things get into your head and you start thinking in a different manner. Then credit goes to Neena, and she always explains me, don't act too smart or don't behave like that. So she's always there to bring me down and to explain certain things, because as an individual, you may, find that this is okay, this decision is fine. So in that matter, Neena supports me. So what happens is that although you see me actively participating in AIF, she's actually there is my backbone. So everything that we do, we discuss. There are a lot of ideas that she gives. So the idea of going into multilingual education and states was hers. So a lot of she doesn't directly get involved probably, but a lot of ideas, as she said, when we go for a evening walks. So we talk all this. So my daughter keeps asking, "आप लोग बात क्या करते रहते हो यार?" What do you keep talking? You've been talking for 2 decades. अभी तक खत्म नहीं हुआ.
Okay, all right. Rachna is coming up with something.
Yes,
Hi, hi.
yes. I just wanted to know, Matthew sir, that as a teacher, now you are at a different level also, means experiencing so many things at global level also. So how did you find both things different as a teacher, being in a school, as a in a class with the students, and in the other way?
Yeah.
How do you think both things?
So I carry
What do
all
you
that.
enjoy the more also?
See, being with kids is a joy, definitely. So I didn't start my career as a teacher. So what happened was I started in the corporate sector, which very few people know. So after graduation and all, I didn't want to go for teaching and all that. I always wanted to become an engineer. So unfortunately, by a few marks, I couldn't get into the Delhi College of Engineering. So so probably God had a plan, and what happened was I started working in a company, and in a few, I think for 2 years, 2 years. But at the same time, there were a lot of kids in the neighborhood who used to come and ask for help. The neighborhood people, they will say that, "Sir, can you help me?" "Nee, sir, nahi." Tab to I was very young, so they will say, "Bhaiya." So can you, "Bhaiya, aap ye samjha sakte ho," this and that. I started teaching kids around. So slowly, I think without even becoming a teacher, I had about 15, 20 kids coming and understanding things. Then over a period of time, I realized that corporate culture is not for me, because I am little soft, and you have to be very competitive, aggressive, and the kind of language they used, I was not very comfortable there. And I think God has a plan for everyone. So I don't know, there was one vacancy in a school nearby, and they just called me, "Sir, can you help us for some time?" That was 14 days. And 14 days leave vacancy. Some teacher whom I knew, they said, "Sir, can you substitute me? I have to go for 14 days because they're not giving me leave." So I said, "Okay, let me try out." And I went for 14 days and I stayed for that. And they didn't leave me for 14 months. So 14 days became 14 months. And I was a student of Don Bosco here. So there was a vacancy there. When I realized that I have become a teacher, so they said that, "Why are you working in that school? Come to our school itself." So that the whole thing, I became a teacher. So whatever, as a teacher, I think every year, every day you are growing. So you're not the same person today. Next year, when you go to the same class, teaching the same stuff, you teach in a different way.
The new.
So all the experience that I'm getting through the AIF, DTF, and I carry back those experiences and I always share with my students, and it becomes more enriching.
Really nice to know that, sir. A new turn, right? From a corporate world to this teaching line. Nice.
Okay, Neena ma'am, we would just like to know from you as well that Mind and Me, that is a joyful learning center which you are running, right? We would like to know about that too. That what is it all about exactly? Like our audience, they really are inquisitive that how you are framing it.
Now, throughout my teaching career, I can say that I have never taught in my class. So it's always, games or talking, conversation, activities. I used to enjoy that a lot throughout my teaching career. And then my when my daughter was there, I couldn't maintain that balance of maintaining so many records and responsibilities, that I felt that something I need to start on my own. So that is how I started. And this center is again not based on teaching anything to the child. So the children come and they learn a lot. So it's more focused on learning, independent learning, joyful learning. So I have researched, read a lot of books, and then I implemented all those activities in my learning center, that is Mind and Me. And that is, it could be creative writing, speed reading, it could be conversation skills, life skills. So, how to incorporate that is what Mind and Me is all about, to bring that all into that system. And I
That's
enjoy doing that.
that's great.
Even the name Mind and Me is fascinating in itself.
Yeah, exactly. It tells about that, yes, you need to think about yourself as well. Okay, Matthew sir and Neena ma'am, as both of you, you are doing so many things all together, lot many webinars, which inspires so many people. At your home, personally, you have a wonderful daughter, right? So, can we just assume it that all the solution of your daughter may be related to academically or any personal, those are all resolved there and then?
All Could you repeat that question?
I
I
mean
couldn't
to
get
say,
you.
like, your, yeah, Matthew sir.
Yeah. So actually, as Neena said, she left her when Michelle was born. She left her job. So she had a very good job with Convent of Jesus Mary. She was already there for more than 10-15 years.
And mothers.
Yeah, 10-15 years. So she took a break from there, and then she got into number one school of Delhi, the Mothers International School. So it's like a, a diamond mine. If you get into the Mothers School, it's not easy to, because there are so many rounds, and she was privileged to get there. So at the same time, when Michelle had to be given attention, she resigned from her job, right, and gave a lot of time to my daughter. And the formative years are so important, the primary. So she spent a lot of time with my daughter, and it started from morning till the bedtime story. So story was there. So I tell my daughter that Mama has told you a story every night since you were probably after birth also. She couldn't understand, but that story used to happen in some blah blah language till the age of probably 11 years. So that is more than 3,000 days. So Mama has told you 3,000 days. You should write a book on this. So, what my daughter, she was never listening to the story, but she wanted to hear her voice every night. She wanted, and then she'll
Oh.
go to sleep. So, I will say that let me also tell you a story today. So, she will never agree to that. No, no, your stories are boring. And the same stories she will tell. Ah, this is a very interesting story, you see.
That
Okay.
is
So,
that is mother's part, na?
yeah.
Connectivity,
So yeah.
connectivity
So
with
what
their
what
kids.
Neena and myself also. So I normally we get a paternity leave of 10 days. But when my daughter was born, I took 3 months leave. Okay, when my daughter was born,
Okay.
and my principal was very kind enough that he gave so much leave because I wanted to stay with the family at that point of time. And so I think the basic, once you give so much time to your child at when they are, let's say, about till 9 or 10, then gradually you have to also tell them to become independent, because it should not happen that they are stuck with you for life and they're not able to. So slowly, what happens when she reaches sixth? Neena does all this. She's an expert with kids. Okay, so I have told her that when she reaches class 8, 9, 10, and all that, I'll handle, because I don't know how to deal with very small kids. You are the best person. So she has trained her so well that she is independent now practically in everything. So we do give time to her, but she's not over dependent on us. So I think that balance and that credit goes to Neena in raising our daughter in such a beautiful way, that she will never say that Papa, Mama, you haven't given time, because time is time. I mean, it was like out of 24, except for the sleeping time, Neena has given her full time to her without doing any of her professional work. So she has sacrificed, I think, 6 years. She was didn't do, and then she started this Mind and Me for the sole reason that I'm giving too much time in the school. I will concentrate on my daughter. So I think full marks to her for that.
Oh, wow, that's great. Neena
Yeah,
ma'am, let's
really
see, Matthew
wonderful.
sir just came forward quickly to answer for this question because he could better understand, and I guess he would be the better speaker for this answer, right? Thank you so much, Matthew sir, for such a lovely answer. That is why I said that your each and every personal aspect, it is inspiring and it is giving some inspiration to our viewers. Like from here, we can surely collect this that generally people they come out with this problem that if we don't give time to our kids, they'll either get very obstinate or they'll get very stubborn, right? Giving time is not that important as we have discussed. It's like training them to be independent, that is more important. That sanskara has to be developed amongst our children, that is more important. Otherwise there are many parents who are spending full time with them but still there is no outcome, right? So
At the
that is
same
the
time, we do have
learning
a family
phase.
time. So there is a time where, as the prayer time is normally what we say,
Yeah, yeah,
we
that's
close with the prayer time. So before
uh-huh.
the prayer time, there is a talking time where we share whatever. So
Whatever,
Neena shares what
exactly.
happened during the day, something very important, something funny. Even like you met someone, I will share what happened at school or something. There are so many funny incidents that happens in school or online classes.
Mhm.
Similarly, my daughter has something to share when she goes to play. So that is sharing time. I think that 1 hour
That
is
is more
very precious
important.
for us, and then we close with the prayer and then we go to sleep peacefully. So
Yeah.
that that makes our day.
Yeah.
That's
Even the
exactly,
challenges.
exactly,
We discussed the
exactly.
challenges. Okay, you said that to me in the morning, or you said that. I felt really bad. So it's very important to go to
Resolve.
sleep. Yeah. Resolve and go to sleep.
Exactly, exactly. We understand.
Really inspiring words.
Okay, Matthew, sir, as we are just into this AIEF, right? I actually wanted to know there are so many educators who want to know this thing that what are the future plans of AIF exactly in coming 5 years, where AIF it sees to itself.
Yeah. So the plans, we can only have a small vision of what we want. Ultimately, what I have seen is that when you empower people, they do a lot of things. So it is not in my journey or Neena's journey that we are doing everything. And so what is happening is that we are adding to the growth by empowering more and more people. So what is going to happen is that now we are launching the state multilinguistic project where we are going to start with Kerala and Hindi and Bengali and Punjabi and the different Gujarati, different languages. So that is the immediate plan, because we realize that as per NEP, a lot of emphasis is going to be given on mother tongue. So we need to reach out to educators who cannot understand English, because everyone in India cannot understand English. We are a privileged few who can understand English. And so far we were okay with that because we are dealing with probably the elite schools, or maybe at least they can understand English. But at the same time, we don't want to deprive anyone of education or knowledge just because they don't know the language. So I think that is injustice. So that is why we decided to launch this. So immediate plan is this. And then, of course, as we grow, educators are not only in India but across the world. Okay, so NEENA does a lot of stuff with international organizations. So frankly speaking, I am not able to connect with them as I do with India. She associates with a lot of British organization, American organizations, and they have a different way of working slowly. So I thought that at a later stage, when we are confident enough to venture into those areas, then we'll probably think about going truly global. Right now, we are trying. We have a good presence in. We have a lot of CBSE schools in Nigeria, a lot of schools in Middle East. So our presence is limited to, let's say, Kuwait or Dubai or Sharjah or those Middle East places, Abu Dhabi and Nigeria. Also, we are having lots, and some African countries where CBSE schools are there. But again, there is a now see this AIF. Many educators, if you are in the groups, they will ask for ICSE material. Now
Exactly.
we are
Yes.
not. There is no. We have started as CBSE, but the demand comes, and they say necessity is the mother of invention. So what happens is that ultimately we have to go and look after our state boards, our ICSE people, because education has no boundaries. So far in these past 2 years, we have restricted ourselves to CBSE, but I don't think we can hold it for a very long time. There is a lot of pressure which will come in the coming months that you have to reach out, and then at that point of time we have to go. There is no choice. So they say if you don't go it, someone else will do it. So it's better that we go for it.
Oh, that's great. So plans are, always there, and implementation is always asking for an action. And lot many actions are already happening. Daily we see something or other new, which you take as an initiative, and lot many teachers are there who are just ready to follow all that up, whatever you decide for them, because they also know that you are paving a very beautiful success journey for them. So that's a wonderful part of AIF. As a like personal resource person, I believe into it. So, okay, Matthew sir, just one more thing. In fact, let me ask Neena ma'am this question. Neena ma'am, as an educator, what do you think that as a teacher, what do you think that the teachers who are having skills of teaching, except teaching skills, nowadays for 21st century nowadays, what do you think that what more they can have into their skills which can make them into a success path, except being educationist, what more skills they can develop?
Yeah. So number one is be on the path of learning. Always adapt to change, that we have done, and we have shown it also to ourselves. We have proved it to ourselves, and keep learning new skills. So, and if you are a teacher, just don't teach. Be with the children and learn with them, involve them, engage them. And that is number one thing that you will enjoy the most when you are not teaching. You have to, whenever there is a concept or any kind of info that you want to give to your children, just have one thing in mind, that how I'm going to involve the children, engage them, and bring them into my learning space. That's it. Nothing
that's
more.
So
that's
this
great.
is one thing I
Okay.
have learned from Neena actually. So that connect with the children. It's not about just teaching and going. So whenever I used to visit her school, I used to see lots of children coming and hugging her, Neena ma'am,
Oh
and
wow.
that, and you feel so emotional. See, the kids are so happy in meeting the teacher, and here you are going there, and they will Matthew sir is coming, and they will do about turn and run away from there. So I said, no, see, this is not the correct way. So the correct way is this: what Neena is doing, that your children should love you. So what happens is that so connecting the minds is important. So I think I got inspired a lot from Neena in that aspect, that because I was teaching a senior classes, so we were always taught keep a distance from the kids, don't allow them too close, don't talk to them too much. So I changed my strategy, probably partly because of her, that you need to have a personal rapport. Inside the classroom is one thing, outside the classroom, be like friends. So if you ask any of my students, they will come and ask me all sort of questions. They're free to ask. I said, why don't you ask all this to your class teacher? Then they will say, no, 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 so you won't tell.
I think
He's
this is
praising me
a
too
wonderful
much. It's
takeaway.
not that he's praising me too much, but I have seen his rapport also is amazing with the children, and not only during the class time or they have festivals. No, you have fest, Christmas fest, and all. I have visited school, and the rapport that he has outside the classroom with the children, it's amazing. So it's not like the distance is there, and even after 10 years, 20 years of teaching, if a student comes back to you saying or thanking you, I think that is the biggest award, and that is the biggest proof of an amazing teacher and awesome person that he is. So thank you.
I think we truly agree with Neena ma'am, isn't it, Pooja ma'am?
Yes,
Even
exactly.
we have never given a second thought whenever we have to ask something to Matthew sir. He's always there and so humble, and immediately he is there to answer and guide us.
Exactly, exactly. That's true. Matthew sir, as we were just talking about children, just let us know, are you thinking any such platforms for children as well? As our children, they are in this COVID-19 only. They have learned lot many things online. So a lot many children are there who would love to connect with you, who would love to get such platforms wherein they can also showcase their talents and their skills or develop them as well. Do you have any plan as such for them? Or else, do you think that there should be any such platforms available?
Yeah. So that's a very good question, actually. So although that's Neena's department, dealing with kids, because she is very passionate about kids, I think 10 times more than what I would. I am very close to my students, but if you compare my passion level with Neena's, that it's not comparable, right? So I'm not exaggerating, but that's the fact.
Now
So
he's exaggerating to the fact that now I'm feeling that people will be thinking I must have trained him to say all this.
no, no.
No, no,
So,
no, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
We can feel that, ma'am. We can feel that.
so actually, when the pandemic started, it's not that we neglected the students. I started conducting maths classes to about 100 kids, and I said, those who forget about the payments and everything, you just come and join the classes. And that 100 became about 10,000 kids, right? So when the pandemic started, there was a lot of problem because teachers didn't have access to these boards and Microsoft Teams or Zoom, and there was a lot of tension in the family. So I said, anybody who wants to study, we'll have these classes. So I used to make YouTube videos and we had I think 15 or 20 groups we had made. A lot of principals used to send that links to the groups. So the plan was there, but unfortunately, when we're dealing with minors, we have to be very, 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 very careful. That's the biggest thing. So it's easier to deal with teachers. Although we want to do a lot for kids, being minors, it's a very big challenge to add them in WhatsApp groups or contacting, because when adults are involved with kids, we have to be
But
very
yeah,
careful, because I don't
exactly.
know everyone personally how they take or what is going to happen. Although it's online, so I
Exactly.
felt that somehow that the that safety issues for minors, because you have to take parental permission, you have to take principal's permission. So we thought that it's going to be a very voluntary thing. We'll organize free sessions, so those who want, they can come. But organized way was we were finding a lot of challenge because of the parental permission, principal permission. So actually, that's a major thing that we have to think over how to go about it. So I'm sure somebody will find a way out of it. But frankly speaking, I am a little apprehensive of dealing with minors on online platforms.
Oh, that's it. Fine. But of course, certainly, so our children, they really want, nowadays, they really want something, because वो होता है ना हिंदी में आटे के साथ धुन पिस जाता है. So it's like कि there are many children who actually want to get such platforms very sincerely, but with them, the children who are non-sincere, when both of them they get into any of the thing altogether, so the sincere children, they also get pissed off. So
Yeah.
you're absolutely right. There are requirement of some security issues and parents. आजकल तो सर parents हमारे टाइम में तो parents कहते ही नहीं थे कुछ भी.
Hmm.
टीचर ने कुछ
So
कह
unless it
देना,
is
प्रिंसिपल ने
organized by
कुछ
the
कह देना.
school, if it is organized by the school, like your school had organized and they invited me, and and we had a good session, and so it's controlled by the school. So that's a very
Exactly,
safe
exactly,
environment. Parents are also happy. Principal is
exactly.
also with the approval of the principal. But having a general session with a resource person, it I really don't know how it will lead, because the problem is data is very sensitive. So we never know who's going to call whom. So we our intentions are good, So out of 100, even if one person turns out to be the black sheep, then
Exactly.
that becomes a black mark for us.
That becomes a challenge. That becomes a
Yes.
challenge. Absolutely
Challenge.
right. Sir. Absolutely. And Neena, ma'am, uh, any effort from your end, if you feel like that, if you would get any such chance, wherein you feel like that, suppose such security issues, even that would be resolved, right? What you think that what you can provide to the children as such platform, as you're very close to them, or what do you think that what sort of opportunities can be given to them?
A lot of learning opportunities can be given. We can start with, I'm very passionate about reading, because I'll share a story with you. If
Yeah,
Okay,
sure,
so
sure.
this,
Please,
yeah.
sure. We would love to listen you.
So this was, in Mother's International School. There was this round of interview, and I was asked this question over there, that what will you do to inculcate reading in children, the reading habit. And frankly speaking, the interview was going really fine. And this was the question which bowled me over, like completely, I was bowled out. And I started giving atrocious answers to that question. I started saying, okay, they can be taken to the library, we can have a reading period, and they can be encouraged to read, and all those generalized things, which clearly stated the fact that I was not ready with an answer of this question, and I came out of the interview room and I said, I have failed it big time. I told Matthew, because of this question. And he said, doesn't matter, you can apply in other schools. I said, no, it's not about applying in other schools. It's about this question. I couldn't answer that question. And that I went home, that question kept on haunting me day in, day out. He's taking me out for a holidays, we are going out, having fun, but still I'm thinking how to inculcate reading in children. How? So I am actually searching the net, making some notes. Then I thought, okay, I have failed the interview, I have not got the call, it doesn't matter. But now I'm ready to answer those questions after the research and after all the thinking. I started with a pen and paper. I wrote down to the principal. I didn't even know the name of the principal that time. So I wrote down, I said, ma'am, this was an amazing question. I'm sorry I was not able to answer this question. But according to me, I'm getting goosebumps while sharing the story. So, according to me, this needs to be done. A reading assembly has to be in the assembly time. Like, if we can share, children can concrete examples, and if we have coupons, or if we have tie-ups with the reading shops and reading publishers, and I gave a list of um, examples and solutions. And I said, this is not to towards the end I also wrote that this is not to impress you, or to get a job in your highly esteemed school, but this question has been haunting me, and I will surely come up with more answers, and it will continue to haunt me. And it still does, because it's something really which bothers me when children don't read. My own child, I have struggled with her to inculcate a habit of reading in her. So then I got a call from the school that you've got the job. I said, oh my God, has the letter done the work? But yeah, yes, this reading that what do you say is the spark, how to develop reading skills in children, has been there throughout with me, and I continue to work on that. So yeah,
Exactly.
I hope that
You mean to
answers.
say that nowadays, as children, they are not into very much habit of sitting at one place and doing some reading. So you would love to take that
Love
initiative wherein
to.
you can
Yes,
inculcate
yes.
in them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Very
That is actually a required, much needed task
Yeah.
exactly.
Forget
for
Very
about
much
reading.
kids.
into task now.
Forget about
Even
kids.
adults,
Even
you know.
adults are not reading. So
Even
Exactly.
adults.
That's
even
Very
true.
true.
adults are not reading. So fortunately, both of us are voracious readers. So the thing is that if you come to our home, half the house will be filled with books. So every time we make an almirah, it gets full in few months. Then we keep, so that's a big problem, and it's not a problem. The thing is that the more you read, the better you
The
become,
more
and there
you
are so
get.
many things to learn, and there is at least one takeaway from a book. So the whole book may not influence you in certain way. So, but I think if you read a book, there is something which will strike you, and that gets implemented, and it shows in your personality. Ultimately, reading, makes the person.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So true.
Reading it gets connected into our subconsciousness somewhere else, and we
Absolutely.
never forget it. Maybe we don't need to memorize it very thoroughly. We don't need to cram it. Whatever we'll read once, it will never get away from our mind. It will be fitted somewhere else in our subconscious mind, and
See,
it
the
has
main problem
beautifully
is
forward.
people are not spending time to read. There is no reading time. There is no talking time. The reason is many people ask me, why, how do you get time? So the one simple answer is, you forget about television. That's one thing that is
Yeah.
closed, is there, but we don't use it. I don't know. I think 10 years we have not used
Oh,
that. Because and same with my daughter. My daughter also doesn't watch TV. Also, when she was a kid,
oh.
everybody used to watch cartoons and everything. We used to give her, poor kid, we used to give her just 2 hours in a weekend to watch a cartoon. So every Saturday, Sunday, she has to wait for a cartoon. So I mean, that was her condition. So what is happening is
At
that for
least the
us
children,
also,
at least
we,
the
we,
children,
we
they'll
also
have that.
we don't watch these serials or this thing, and
Exactly,
people are
exactly,
hooked on
exactly.
Netflix and Amazon, and also we rarely get into that because we feel, right, 2 hours wasted. We could have learned something or read a book or something like that. So that's one
Right.
way we can, and then long phone conversations. Some people keep talking. Anji, और क्या हाल है? और क्या हाल है? It goes on. So all these are time saving techniques. TV
Techniques.
and long conversation. So I have in my WhatsApp status. If you have seen, I
I have seen it, sir. I have
have my
personally
status is.
experienced it many a times.
I
If
think,
I
sir, you
will
can
call
add a
to
session
Matthew
on
sir
this.
for
I
any of the
normally.
reason, if I'll call to Matthew sir for any of the reason, the immediate message would be there on the WhatsApp, please message. So I
Correct.
can completely understand,
Because
why.
99% of the things can be done on a message. So if you call, that becomes 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And so many people calling means the whole day is gone in talking and wasting of energy and time, which is not required. So I have a standard, my WhatsApp settings message rakha hua hai. Please WhatsApp as far as
MS.
possible.
Okay.
Or I am unable to pick your call at the moment. Please WhatsApp and I will get back to you. So, I find that saving of time. So, one big question, maybe in a few seconds, I can resolve that. But if you call, then they will keep on talking about things which are not relevant. And it's very difficult to, when you're talking to people, when they call, it's rude on your part saying that you've already talked for 15 minutes. Now it's high time that we stop. So that's why I avoid. So unless it's an emergency, of course, then I will, whenever somebody WhatsApp, I'll say, what is the purpose? What is this? Then they will tell me, this is this. Okay, this is the solution. Finished. So we avoid. So of course, so that's, I think, a lot of time can be saved through that. Of course, personal calls, like my parents are staying here, so they have this habit of calling every day. Every day they have to talk. So that's a source of
A family
joy for
connection
them.
is
So
also
that
involved.
we can't reduce. So that is something which we have to give.
That is a must.
But yeah, so family time and somebody from this thing. So we have sufficient talk over that. But at the same time, professional work should not get into our family life. Otherwise, if I'm we have 30,000 people. If 100 people start calling me, Neena will get mad and say that, you stay somewhere else, because 100 calls you are getting every day. I'm not able to sleep, or there's so much
And
disturbance.
that also all females, Matthew sir. That also all females.
Yes.
90%.
So, yeah,
90% females.
yeah,
True.
99% is female.
Mhm.
So, so, so
That is great.
that way she doesn't have any insecurity.
That we can
Or maybe.
clearly see, sir. Your bond, it shows that reliability on each other, trust on each other, and that strength which you both of you, the connection which both of you are having with each other, that shows each and every element of an inspiration for all our viewers as well. आज हमने इसीलिए we have touched your personal life more, because see, from your this thing also, this is coming out as an inspiration, that okay, usage of mobile phones to what extent, and how it is to be done exactly if you actually want to
Though it is
use it. And what is more important, that is family more important, their goals are important, that's okay, we can go ahead with that too. ये छोटी छोटी queries होती है sir, which we hardly sometimes we pay attention to all this, and when such answers comes from the such inspirational sources like you guys, it becomes somewhere else stuck into the minds that yes, this needs to be followed. That is why if you are to be a Matthews or Neena ma'am, then you also can follow the same things. That's true. That's true.
really, Pooja ma'am. I think all your words we have captured. You are role model for so many people.
We are getting so many messages as well, sir. Sumira ma'am has sent one message. She's saying behind every successful man, there is always a woman. And Neena ma'am, you are truly an inspiration. Okay, that we can easily see. But Neena ma'am, let's ask from you also, as you have already otherwise discussed this thing, that yes, he is always a supporter to you, maybe in cooking and all. But Neena ma'am, there was no chance any such wherein you felt like कि नहीं, I should be just little bit away from my professional work because some more of the time I'm not able to give time to my family, or my husband is like not inspiring me that way. कभी कोई एक आधा moment कभी तो आता होगा.
ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. If I feel, I can vouch for myself, saying that if I feel that I'm giving too much time on work, I step back myself. So putting the blame on anyone or any
Anyone.
other person, yeah, I both of us never do that. We just step back.
So that's why we have kept this 1 hour evening time, when, if suppose sometimes I do go overboard. Let me be very with my work, because I'm stuck with my school work. I do so much of other work. Sometimes I do, but she makes it a point to communicate that. So that's very important, because you should not. It should not happen continuously over a period of time. So as she said that we should resolve all differences before we go to sleep. So she will say that today, you were too busy, you didn't give me enough time, so सब बंद कर दो अभी, so
That's great.
so that
Lovely,
does
lovely.
happen. So that does happen certain times, and that is why this platform I've created, I empowered people. So I have told that don't expect me to host the Zoom meeting, end the Zoom meeting, and all that. You create your own leads.
Exactly.
You do everything. So I am there to
Exactly.
give you a platform, the support, because I cannot get stuck with hundreds of people in managing all this, because that will take a lot of time, my personal time. So I think we have maintained that balance, and then she's always there to tell me if I go overboard that you are spending too much time on this. So I do slow down, and so I think that's important.
We are humans, so we go through all these emotions, but it's very important to bring those emotions out.
Yeah, I
And
think the communication is important.
yeah.
So if you are able to communicate, some people क्या होता है वो दिल में ही रखते हैं. They don't communicate. Okay, I have a problem with you, but I will not say anything. I think that erupts into a volcano later on. If you talk about that problem every day, then every day there's a release. So
Exactly.
after sometimes what will happen, she'll say something, and I'll be little bit sad or something like that. No, नहीं जो बोलना है बोल दिया, खत्म हो गई बात. Now it's okay. I said okay, fine. So
So that's lovely, lovely meeting both of you, sir. We have a couple of messages, beautiful messages. Thank you, messages, gratitude towards both of you. In fact, which our teachers they were wanting to extend towards you. I would like to share that video with all our viewers. So let's just have a glimpse of it.
When 1 progress, 10 succeeds. When 10 succeed, 100 proceed, and counting goes on. With this approach, there is a person who is paving the way of success for every educator. He is the change maker who is bridging the gap between learning and teaching. He is kind, compassionate, and caring person. He is Mr. Matthew.
Matthew sir has been a great source of inspiration for many teachers and principals, not only at the local level but also at the global level. When we were forced into lockdown last year, 1.5 years back because of the pandemic, there was a great fear that many of us would go into depression because of the isolation that we were forced into. Thanks to Matthew sir and his initiative, we managed to make so many collaborations, both locally and at the global level itself. We had access to the best resources possible across the globe. And I sincerely thank Matthew sir for taking initiative and organizing so many webinars through this 1.5 year of my experience with him. Thank you, Matthew sir, from the bottom of my heart.
Hello all. So this is a very small appreciation note from my side for a person who is not only a great human being but an exceptional mentor and a super human being, I will call. He is always there. You can never miss him. You just have to ask him anything. He's always there for you. Matthew sir, your guidance and your advice has been invaluable to me since I have known you, and I can't thank you enough for all the help that you have bestowed upon me. So thank you so much, and you and NEENA make an adorable couple. May God bless you both, and may you keep enlightening the field of education like you are doing. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Namaste. My name is Shivi Anand. A true leader lifts others up. I couldn't find a better definition for Matthew sir and NEENA ma'am. My association with them is not very old, but I got to know them and learn from them. Both of them are a class apart, exceptional leaders and great human beings. You are an inspiration to all of us. Much gratitude and love. Thank you, Global Mastermind, for celebrating this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you
Oh, that
so
was
much.
awesome. That this is this is what I call a surprise, and I can trust that only Pooja ma'am and Rashna ma'am can do these kind of surprises. That was amazing. I mean, how you contacted people, how they managed these. It's really amazing.
No,
So thank
sir.
you.
We were having long list. Trust me, we were having long list. It's just because of short time we could
No, no,
not
this
play
this this
all
itself
the.
was amazing. Thank you, Bhavna ma'am. Thank you, Shibi. Thank you, Archana ma'am. Thank you, Narjeet ma'am. Great, great. I mean, amazing.
Amazing, really.
Thank you, sir. The same I was sharing that we were having long list. So many videos were, in waiting list, which we could not share just because of the list of the time. We felt like that if we'll start playing, there would be a proper movie. We'll have to set up for that. And then what personal touch we were wanting to get connected with both of you will not be able to do that. So that is why we have just cut short a little bit and just put forward our gratitude. This gratitude, this thankfulness is from each and every one of us, sir and ma'am, who are connected with you. Because as just Shibi ma'am said, that leader is always that person who leads others and who make others the leader. That is the one thing which both of you are possessing as a trait. And we really salute to each and every effort which both of you are putting day and night untiringly. Managing all the things all together, which we just heard in today's meeting, that you're both of you are so perfect as a couple, as a managing in house, as a professionalism, everything. It's so perfect going on. So may God bless both of you. And we really pray from our hearts that both of you keep on inspiring so many people all together. Thank you so much for being there with us. Rachna ma'am
Thank
wants
you,
to
Thank
say
you.
Nina
Thank
something.
ma'am.
you. The
Yes,
pleasure was ours. Thank you so
I
much.
would just, yes, ma'am, I would just like to thank you for creating such a platform. I think it is working faster than the social media. You are not only empowering people, you are connecting people, right? Even we have got to know so many people in the same profession. I think that's a great work you are doing. Thank you so much from the core of our hearts.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Pooja
Thank you.
ma'am.
Any
Thank you,
Thank
Rachna
you
just
ma'am.
very much.
last message, Matthew sir and Neena ma'am, for our educators. We really would like to love to listen from you, wherein you can just put this message for our educators that for success, what they need to know do exactly if they are to choose any three things which are important to get success, just for our educators.
Yeah, what I would suggest is that, everybody thinks that I am just a small drop. So nobody is a small drop. So when you get connected to the ocean, you realize your power. So what happens? As individuals, we are all small drops. But when we get connected, we feel the strength or we get the power of that ocean. So nobody should think that, who's going to listen to me? Who will, why should I do this? What difference does it make? We all know the story of the starfish. So I have personally seen that it makes a difference. You do one small thing and it makes a difference. Maybe to one person, maybe to 100, maybe to 1,000. So that number is not. So the first advice is that nobody should feel that I am not good enough. If you are a teacher, I think you can do a lot of things. A teacher is an influencer. At whatever level you are, primary, secondary, principal, whatever, a teacher makes a difference. Secondly, I would say that invest in yourself. Invest in yourself means
That's very important.
very, very
Develop
important.
your skills.
Develop your skills. We cannot simply say that I have got 30 years experience, 35 years experience, and sit down. That time has gone. So
True,
we
true.
need to learn. So
Very true.
every day, I also enroll for so many courses, and everybody should enroll for courses because every time we are learning. And by the grace of God, our team itself is having so many resource persons. So every day we are learning something or the other from somebody. Okay, that was good. This thing was good. So we always learn. So that learning, teachers are always learners. And thirdly, to continue what Neena had said earlier, connect with your students because teachers are there. Yes, we are developing ourselves personally, but let's remind ourselves that we are all doing this for our kids and they should always remain the center of our whole purpose of existence in life.
Oh, wow.
Wonderful words. So inspiring.
So inspiring. Each and every word, it comes out from the heart and it really gets connected with us so clearly because we can feel that yes, this thing relates to us. This thing relates to our life, our daily routine. And yes, we need to implement all these things. Thank you once again, Matthew sir and Neena ma'am. We are really honored to have your presence on our platform, Global Mastermind. You both of you spared your so much valuable time, and we are really thankful to both of
And
you. Thank you.
congratulations to Pooja ma'am and Rachna ma'am that you got your organization registered. We are at the all India level. You are already at the global level. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
And,
much.
sir.
and I'm very happy
All
that you
your
have made.
blessings.
Yeah, and I'm happy that your vision is so strong. You named it in such a global, that your vision is
Mastermind.
strong, and you have already gone forward without thinking too much. So this is also one advice. People think a lot that ye karna hai, wo karna hai, but action, when it comes to action, it's not happening. There is a fear of getting into the field. What will happen? You will fall down. That's the maximum that can happen, but still you can get up and run. So you both have shown that it is possible. So I'm very, very happy that I can now tell, okay, there is Pooja ma'am and Rachna ma'am who didn't think too much. I think that the number of, if I count the number of days, not months or years, number of days in which you thought about this whole plan could be a few days and you implemented it. I was frankly very surprised that in after the mentorship program was over, you used to do the course much ahead of the others and you say, give me more course, and let me do it. So you finished the course much faster than
Oh,
the
you
others.
remember all that, sir? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
yeah. You did it much faster than the others. And not only that, you had a vision that I want to do something on my own. That is very important. That's why I always tell people that, okay, as long as AIF is able to support you, good, we are there. but always be independent. And I think I can give very good examples now, since you have taken this step, that yes, we have somebody who has already done it, you also can do it. So congratulations and all the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank you,
so
sir.
much.
Here, I would also like to add, really thanks to Pooja ma'am. She called me one day prior when it was the first just launch of Global Mastermind. Ki, okay, Rachna ma'am, tomorrow you have to be
So
with
that's also
me
very
for this.
important, because some people want to go solo. They didn't want to share that. So the success is shared by both of you. So that's also an amazing part of an individual. So full marks to you, Pooja ma'am. I agree with Rachna ma'am. It's not
All
easy that
thanks to
when
her.
the
She
vision is
only
there,
just
everything is there, you are asking a person, you also join in. So that's great.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's all team effort, sir. I have learned all these things, from my mentors, my principal ma'am. She's also one of the great source of inspiration. I always admire her.
is always
And on the other
encouraging us
side, I'm
to.
blessed that I got connected with AIEF and got connected with both of you, from
I
where I
want to
get
thank your
so many
principal, ma'am,
connections.
also, if she is listening to the program. I mean, I was really impressed the way she used to attend all the our sessions whenever there was a
Yes, sir.
participant
Yes,
from
sir.
your school, and she was personally present in the session when I was there for your students. So that's itself. When the leader is there for you, then you have nothing to worry. So they say that there are two blessings in life. One is to get a good wife, and one is to get a good boss. So
True, true,
so
true.
so so
True,
I am
true.
blessed with both. So I wish and pray that everybody gets this.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Very
so
true,
much.
sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
once
ma'am.
again. Thank you,
Thank
Rachna
you.
ma'am,
Thank
for
you.
being such a lovely partner. Okay,
Thanks,
thank you,
Pooja
sir. Thank
ma'am.
you, Matthew, sir.
Bye.
And thank
Good
you,
night,
Neena,
everyone.
ma'am.
Good
Lovely to
night.
meet both of you. We'll surely get connected with both of you once again. That's my a little short, daring announcement. As sir said,
It's
that
something
that
new and exciting.
I'm having from this
Looking forward.
meeting only. I got something new idea in my mind, which I'll be sharing with Matthew, sir, very soon. So I hope that all of us will meet very soon. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you so
Bye. Good
much.
night, everyone.
Bye bye. Good night and
Thank you,
thank you.
everyone.